Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, keep going.
Happy birthday to you.
Can I get some like vibrato in there?
Happy birthday, dear Kyle.
Oh yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
I'll blow out these fake candles.
Yeah. Actually, I have a gift for you.
Do you?
But I need to grab. I didn't want you to see it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go grab it.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
Well, if I had to guess right now, John was talking about like what he was gonna get me for my birthday, and we brought up pillows somehow. So I'm thinking it might be a pillow. We talked about the cube pillow. I don't know if he's gonna show up with that or not. I guess we'll see. So how are we gonna do this? Am I gonna try to feel it and guess what it is, or?
Oh, well, if you feel it, you'll know what it is. Okay, open your eyes. Okay, ready?
All right. Let's go.
Hey!
John got me a pillow. Thank God, dude. I have needed a new pillow for so. Oh, this is a nice. Thanks, dude. Dude, this is a clutch present.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm just gonna keep this right here and rest my arms on it.
Kyle's needed a new pillow for a long time, and
Yeah.
the other episode you said your pillow is like cotton balls in a cloth.
Yeah, it's like you took a little pillowcase and then threw like one bag of cotton balls in there and kind of just dispersed it. That's what my current pillow is like. So
Yeah, so
this feels like a good. It's like memory foam. I feel
yeah.
like my head's gonna just perfectly like sit in there. I'm excited.
Dude, it's nice. I googled whatever the brand I had was, and I got a similar one. So there you go.
Cool. Now I can sleep like John.
Yeah. What do you want for your birthday from all the listeners? Because you know how this works is they have to all give you a gift.
Yes.
Every single one of them.
So since you guys are giving me gifts, I was hoping you guys could all pitch in and like buy me a house or something cool. But if that's not gonna work out, I guess all you guys need to do is just listen to all of our episodes
and leave
all
a
day
review
and leave a review
Apple
on the
Podcast
Apple
app.
Podcast app, and get a friend to subscribe to our YouTube channel and buy a sweatshirt on pims.store and subscribe to our Patreon.
buy me me or Kyle a lifelong supply to Cafe Rio.
I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if someone just work on that, guys, you guys can just like get together in your little groups.
Yeah, I'm
And
sure
figure
you
that
guys
out.
can do that.
So I'll be expecting that.
Cool. So Kyle's birthday, when we're recording this, actually this comes out 2 days after Kyle's birthday.
Yeah.
So Kyle's already a grown man.
Yeah. How's it feel to be 23, Kyle? Feels good.
Yeah. What are you hoping for your birthday this year, leading up to it, since we're recording this a few days before?
Like, what am I hoping on my birthday?
No, just what are your expectations, feelings going into your birthday? It's a big day. It's the day you came out.
Yeah, no, it's honestly like this birthday is just going to be like the least exciting of most birthdays I've had because like one, there's not many things we could do. I guess I'd like to go out to a bar, but I don't really want to do that right now. So I guess we're just going to go probably maybe play mini golf and then like watch some UFC fights.
Hell yeah.
And like maybe I'll get drunk.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Alcohol and UFC?
Yeah, so like alcohol and fighting, and then maybe I'll start fighting my friends. Maybe we'll have a little boxing match.
Dude.
John's been talking about wanting to do a boxing match with their friends.
Yeah.
Get me drunk enough, and I'll probably start fighting someone.
Bro, oh my god, if we bring like those
That's why I'm gonna put that over the side.
If we bring those like you know those really big like boxing mitt things that are like they're like boxing gloves, but
pads?
they're like oh well those too.
Like the Hulk hands? Dude, if I want to yeah.
Essentially Hulk hands.
I want to box with Hulk hands.
That'd be kind of fun, right?
Yeah.
If we got like headgear and Hulk hands.
Yeah. And just like not even like a one-on-one boxing match, but it's just all of us like in an octagon together, like a ring. And it's just a free for all, and like last man standing wins.
They have what's that in the WWE? They used to have like a kind of an all-star weekend type of thing where they would do certain events, and one of them was kind of like a mosh pit where they'd have all the WWE fighters.
Oh,
right?
Yeah. But that's fake though, right?
No, I mean it's fake.
Yeah. But that idea would be awesome for like real life,
where it's like a ring and there's like 30 guys and you can just punch whoever you want.
Dude, if you could just get all of like the UFC title champions and just put them there, obviously like probably the heavyweight would destroy everybody, but like that'd be sick.
Yeah. I know it's weird how like you could be a champion of the world in like the like middleweight division.
Yeah. But you're not.
But you're still not even I don't know, like you're still not technically the best fighter in the world because the heavyweights could beat you.
No.
So does that mean that the heavyweight champion is technically the best fighter in the world?
Well, so I hear a term I hear a lot is pound for pound. So they'll just say like based off of like people say Allen Iverson's pound for pound one of the best basketball players of all time because Allen Iverson was like 6'0", like 180 pounds.
But in basketball, does pounds make a difference, or is it mainly like height for inch?
Yeah.
Length for length.
I mean,
because like in basketball, your weight doesn't matter that much.
I guess it kind of does if you're like trying to get through people. Like LeBron and Zion, like they can just drive on anybody.
Yeah.
Like,
but if Allen Iverson was 6 foot but was 25 pounds heavier,
he would be
would he have been way better?
Probably, yeah. Because I mean, he was doing all that being like our size.
Yeah.
But if he was like the same skills but 6'8", like that he'd be insane.
No, but I'm saying if he was the same height.
Oh,
just bigger,
just like
heavier.
Oh.
That wouldn't make much of a difference.
Well, no.
In basketball.
No. I think I think pound for pound really comes from fighting where they'll say like Floyd Mayweather's the best, like pound for pound the best boxer.
Yeah.
But what do I know? I don't know anything about fighting.
Oh no, you know a lot.
You're right, I do.
Yeah.
I've been in a lot of fights.
Yeah. You know, if I ever became a fighter, I would want you to commentate it.
Okay.
So if I ever pull a Jake Paul, is it Logan or Jake Paul?
They're both doing it. I don't know.
They're both fighting?
Yeah. Logan's going to fight Floyd Mayweather.
That's different than the one that fought Nate Robinson.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, are you sure?
Yeah. Dude, Logan Paul was going to fight
I thought
Mayweather.
It was the same brother is just doing all the fighting.
No, they're both fighters.
Damn.
Apparently they were both like big-time wrestlers in high school. So I guess they have some sort of fighting background.
Champs.
Yeah, so they got like a fighting background. I've heard actually Logan Paul is actually like legit. Like he could be a good MMA fighter, I guess.
Yeah.
But also he weighs like 50 more pounds than Floyd Mayweather, so. Dude,
what's so annoying about people like that is imagine, like I don't care that much because I'm not into fighting, but imagine you're a 24, 25-year-old fighter who's in the amateur circuit. Your lifelong goal is to be a boxer. And then you train every day, and then this fucking Jake Paul comes in and is just like way better than you. And like obviously I'm sure Jake Paul is a big guy. Like I'm sure they train and he's fucking buff, but like he definitely doesn't train as hard as you've been training because you've been training like every day. It's your lifelong goal.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he just makes millions.
Yeah, I mean it's not necessarily that he's a better fighter, but he's just gonna make more money just because of his name.
Yeah, but he also could be better than people.
I mean, yeah,
just because like he's just naturally talented.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, with some people like Joel Embiid, he didn't start playing basketball till he was like 14. He didn't have it introduced to him, and all of a sudden he's just fucking insane. He's also like 7 feet tall, but like.
Also, I heard that Mike Tyson I think he was 12, and he was 185 pounds.
I've never been 185 pounds.
A 12-year-old, bro.
Dude, he could have killed me when he was probably 10.
Yeah.
It's horrifying seeing how huge some kids are now. Maybe they've always been like that. I guess they always have been. Because there's that video of Andy Reid at the punt, pass, and kick thing, and he's just a monster.
How old was he?
He was probably like 12, like 11 or 12. And he's bigger than I am now by a lot. I don't know. There were just always kids that I would play baseball with, and then their little brother would be at the game. And there was a few little brothers that were just always bigger than me. And I'm like, dude, what are you eating? It's not fair.
It's just genetics, man. For the longest time, kept faith in the idea that it didn't matter, that anyone could achieve anything.
Oh, you
guys,
you poor thing.
Guys, it's not true.
It is not true.
You can't do anything you set your mind to.
Yeah.
You can do a lot of things you set your mind to, but you can't do everything you set your mind to.
Like if I'm in a wheelchair, I don't care how good at basketball you are, you're never making the NBA.
Okay, but
no, you're not.
Well, but that's kind of different.
Okay. But if you're like
5'2",
I don't know though.
Your odds are really, really low.
Yeah,
but
I guess they're still there. Because like Earl Boykins was like 5'5".
Yeah,
and he was in the league. So
I guess until what about like Spud Webb or those little?
Yeah, I think the shortest player of all time might be Muggsy Bogues. He might have been 5'3" or 5'5" or something like that. 5'4".
Okay. So until someone who's like is smaller than 5'3" makes the league, that's like your minimum.
Yeah.
So if you're under Muggsy Bogues,
yeah,
you're not going to the league.
Do you think like you'd make the league if you're 9 feet tall, but if you're just slow as shit?
Me?
Or just anyone.
Or someone else?
Yeah, because I kind of feel like there's also a height limit where once you get past a certain point, you just can't really move. Like
Joel Embiid, 9 feet tall. Yeah, he'd be awesome.
Yeah, but he's also skilled. Like he can shoot and dribble.
That's what I'm saying. So is it me or is it someone else?
I guess just like average 8 foot tall
the
guy.
Average guy.
Yeah.
I
guess Yao Ming. Yao Ming was listed as like 7'6", but in pictures with him and Shaq, I think was listed as 7'1" or 2". Yao Ming's way taller. Yeah. Shaq said he's like 8 feet.
What about I'm trying to think. Okay, how about Aziz Njai?
Okay.
Now you guys,
no one knows who
that is, but he was a center at UW, University of Washington. Pretty average, below average.
Yeah, he's just like a 7 foot guy.
Yeah,
he's like a good college center.
Yeah, he did his role. If he was 9 feet tall, would he be in the NBA? In your opinion?
I mean, would he have the same athleticism, or is it like, are we going on the scale of like as you get taller, you're gonna not be able to move at all?
Sure. He's probably a little less mobile than he is at 7 feet.
I'd probably say no.
Yeah,
because
that's crazy that he's almost as tall as the hoop. You could just throw the ball to his hand and he would just throw it in.
But at the same time, it's like he can't be that physical because he just doesn't. He's not going to be that stable, you know.
And
get knocked over and kind of pushed around.
Yeah, and like in basketball, there's ways where you can be physical and not foul someone. So like you can still prevent him from getting to the block and without fouling him. So how is he going to do anything?
And there's also a point of like, if you go straight up as a guy like that, there's only so much you can do. And guys that are that tall, they can't really jump that high. Yeah. So there's kind of like the perfect algorithm of like height and athleticism that you need. Yeah. But if you're just height and slow as like tall and slow as shit, like can't play in the NBA.
Yeah. That's why he had a great career in the NBA, because he's the perfect combination of speed, strength, ball handling.
And there's a ton of us 5'10" white guys that are in the NBA too. So, so shout out to those guys.
You know how they say that, like if you're hot, you have, like statistically, you make more money. Mm-hmm. Do you think if you're hot, you have a higher chance of making it to the NBA? Strictly like face. If you have a pretty face, do you think if they did a study,
I bet there might be something to it.
I bet there's something to it, because like if you're prettier, you have more confidence.
Yeah.
Because people think you can tell people are attracted to you, and then that confidence then goes over into the game.
Yeah. And also a lot of those guys end up looking good by the end of their career because they have a lot of money and they can like get nice teeth or like maybe get hair plugs or like whatever, fix their face. I don't know. Because there's some like Gordon Hayward, when he came into the NBA, he had like the Bieber haircut, but it was not working for him. Yeah. And then he started dating his current wife, and then she like made him get a haircut, and then he looked good. Now he's like a sexy dude.
So maybe in a few years I could be the next Gordon Hayward.
Yeah, I mean, you got to play basketball first.
Yeah, you know. I saw I saw this video, speaking of like hair plugs, of a guy who, I don't know how old this guy was. He looked like 40 to 42 and balding, like really balding. And what they did was this, like, it was this transformation video, and he's at this barber, and this lady like basically shaves all his like thinning hair except for like the sides, because the sides still looked fine. Okay. So she say kind of like, you know how those got the bald guys where it's bald here,
like Kevin,
but not bald on the side. Yeah, but shorter on the sides, not like long. Side.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways, so she did that, and then she gave him like this wig thing, but I think it's different. I think it's like a new type of wig where
like a new toupee.
Well, I almost think it might have been like glued on his head, or like basically put there like almost permanently. And dude, I shit you not, it looked so real. Like she basically put on this cap, this wig looking thing, but she like put it on, and then she showed a video after, and this dude literally looked like 24 maybe, and like hot. Like,
wait, so like, is it like a pre-made haircut? Because that would be huge. If you could just like have a toupee that like doesn't fall off, but it's like a pre-made haircut, you never have to do your hair.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Damn, that'd be sick.
And it like, but what's crazy is it like blended perfectly with his hair that was left.
Yeah.
So the hair on the side is real, but then up top it's like a wig thing. But dude, it looked so real. And I was going through the comments, and it was like viral on TikTok, and all the people were saying, you know, like a lot of women, they get hair extensions or they do whatever to their hair for their own self-confidence. And people are like, this should become a norm. Like if guys are balding and the technology gets good enough to where it looks good and you can't tell that it's fake, I'd be supportive because in 10 years
we're gonna be those guys.
We're both gonna be those guys.
Yeah, fuck. I mean, yeah. What's the stigma against that? I mean, like, I feel like guys get way more shit on for doing like hair plug stuff than girls do for like getting hair extensions.
Yeah, it's just because it hasn't really been a norm.
I guess it's not fair.
But there's a lot of things guys do that women,
For sure.
It's like, oh, you can't fucking do that. Yo, I was actually, I was listening to The Basement Yard, which is one of my favorite shows. I mentioned it a lot, but they mentioned something that I thought was really interesting that I wanted to bring up. They were saying, Tom Brady a few weeks ago after winning the Super Bowl, there was the video of him just like absolutely obliterated.
Yeah,
like
some conspiracies behind that.
What? Whoa!
Some people think he wasn't that drunk.
Oh, they think he was doing it on purpose.
Playing it up. But I don't know.
I
don't know why you'd do that.
Yeah,
like he's whatever.
I just think he doesn't care.
Yeah.
But they were saying like he was basically supportive of that. Like most people, the general consensus was, oh, that's funny. He's the GOAT. Like,
yeah,
that's hilarious. Like, that's awesome. Like, he deserves it. But they were saying, imagine if that was a woman. Like, imagine if it was Serena Williams just won the, what's it called?
Wimbledon.
US Open? Wimbledon?
Something.
I don't know.
I don't really know
If
tennis.
she won the biggest tennis tournament in the world and the video of her just like hammered, having a good time with like her trophy,
that's so true.
People would just tear her apart and say, you're a role model, act like one, like this is unacceptable, blah blah blah. And they were just giving a bunch of examples of things that guys could do, and it's like dope, but then if girls do it, they're just like torn apart.
No, it's really true. And like in women's soccer too, like when Team USA this last World Cup or whatever, didn't they win or something, right? They won like a gold. Anyways, that team had a lot more like attitude, I feel like, than teams in the past. And so they would do all these celebrations and they would be dancing in the locker room, and people like hated that.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people loved it because it's like, it's awesome to see. You want your teams like having fun, whatever. It's cool to see. But like people were shitting on them for dancing in the locker room and like grinding on each other. And like when Alex Morgan did the little tea thing, like, oh, it's so disrespectful. But like if a guy did it, it would be like, damn, what a savage. Like, holy shit. Like, I don't know. There's so many double standards for that stuff.
Bro, the whole like, just I know some of our listeners are in middle school, and a lot of you probably already know this, but let's just make it clear, the whole like shitting on women's sports, and also not just women's sports, but like on social media claiming that a certain sport isn't a sport. Neither of those are cool. Like there's a lot of stuff on Twitter where it's like they'll post about like a crazy, like the first women's dunk or something.
Yeah, like the women kicker, the
first college football kicker. That's fucking dope. And then there's these replies and they're like, oh, like she's a woman or not a sport, or like, dude.
It's like, sick, dude. Great comment.
I know. I'm like,
that added so much.
You're just a fucking loser. And anyone who's, if you're a good person at all, you should be super hyped for women doing anything dope in sports, in life.
Or just anyone doing anything cool ever.
Yeah.
You should be supportive because it's like, whoa, that's cool. Nice.
Yeah.
Serena Williams won a tennis match? Cool.
Yeah. And
let's not just comment about how she's a woman.
They post about like this girl, what's her name? Sarah Fuller, I think. The first college kicker. And then the replies are, oh, well, you know, if she was a running back, she'd get killed.
It's like, she's not a running back.
She's a kicker.
She kicked a football. She plays on the soccer team, and they had no kickers on their roster because of COVID. And they brought her over like, hey, we need a kicker. And she's like, okay, I'll kick for a couple games. That's it.
And guess what? She did her job just fine. She didn't get killed.
And Vanderbilt sucked anyways. I looked at their stats. Horrible team. They're so bad. So who cares?
Yeah. That was their only redeeming thing of this whole season.
She was like the best player on the team, dude. They were terrible. I looked at a game because I wanted to see if she had kicked any field goals. I'm looking at the box score, and they had like 80 yards the whole game.
Yeah, didn't they lose by like 30?
Yeah, she didn't even get to kick in the first game. She just like had one kickoff, and that was it.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Anyways, happy birthday, Kyle.
Thanks. I have something I want to read to you, actually.
Okay.
So this is going to be completely off topic, but I found this, I don't even know what this is. It's a screenshot of this from Richmond Golf Club in London, England from 1941. And it's kind of some like rules to the course. Now keep in mind, this was during World War II. So it's going to show how much of a wimp, how wimpy our generation is compared to people in the past.
Okay, so this was, wait, just to clarify, this was for a golf course in England
during World War II.
World War II.
Okay, so rule number 1. Players are asked to collect the bomb and shrapnel splinters to save them from causing damage to the mowing machines. So pick up bomb scraps if you see them, because we don't want to fuck up our lawnmowers.
Yeah. Now, are these bomb scraps from...
Just from casual war that's been going on.
Yeah, but like...
I think they're just
in England by the golf courses, were there just bombs going off left and right?
Must have been.
I don't know like the geography of where the wars were, but
yeah, I mean, it's in London.
I'm just surprised that there'd be shrapnel right there.
Yeah, I mean, what's that movie where is it The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, where they're all like in the start of the movie they're all hiding in like bunkers and they're British during a war?
I have no clue.
That's when I was introduced to World War II.
Okay.
Okay, rule number 2. In competitions, during gunfire or while bombs are falling, players may take shelter without penalty or ceasing play. That's a good rule. Like if a bomb drops in the middle of my backswing, I'm going to be kind of like bummed if my buddy's like, hey man, you kind of swung.
Oh, so they're saying if a bomb distracts you, you can redo?
Yeah, because if you line up to the ball and you're in the like middle of your backswing and then like fucking bomb drops,
yeah,
that's not fair.
Yeah. What about if like if you're playing golf? This is in today, not in London.
Okay.
If you're playing golf and lightning strikes mid swing, are you allowed to go again? What's the rule there?
I have no idea.
Because that would scare me.
No,
I
that's
hear
true.
Thunder.
I mean,
oh.
Well, if you hear thunder and I think you shouldn't be playing in thunder and lightning.
Probably shouldn't be playing if there's bombs nearby either.
That's true, but I feel like they just did not care. They're like, bombs are dropping left and right, but I'm getting this round in.
Yeah.
It does not matter. Which I kind of feel that.
Kyle's like, I've worked too hard to fix my slice. I'm not letting this hard work go unnoticed.
Yeah, I finally fixed my slice. It's great. Okay.
Is it fixed?
Well, it was at the end of summer. Well, not like fixed, but like I could hit a driver straight. Okay. And that changed my life. Okay. Number 3. The positions of known delayed action bombs are marked by red flags at a reasonable but not guaranteed safe distance therefrom.
Delayed action bombs? Is that like a trip mine? What do they mean?
I guess.
What's a delayed action bomb?
I would assume it's something you step on and then there's like a delayed action and then it blows up. Why are those just around the golf course? Or they just planted bombs around the course?
Oh, a delay action bomb is an aerial bomb designed to explode sometime after impact, with the bomb's fuses set to delay the explosion for times ranging from very brief to several weeks. So there could be a bomb that just landed in the golf course, and they'd mark a flag saying, hey, just in case, stay away because this might explode this week.
But that would mean that somebody went around knowing that this bomb could blow up any second, and they marked it with a flag saying, like, watch out for this one, guys.
Apparently.
Dude, it was just a different world. I feel like such a bitch.
Yeah, next time you don't want to go golf because it's a little too cold, you might
be like, I could have gotten bombed at a golf course if I was living in England.
I don't understand how my phone, when it gets near this thing, just destroys it. But then Kyle's phone,
no, it's not.
No, it's not.
I don't know. Maybe it's your case.
I don't know. We just did it though.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Okay. Okay, another one. A ball moved by enemy action may be replaced, or if lost or destroyed, a ball may be dropped at near hole. Dude, they just don't speak English back. Like, I know it's England and it's English, but it's like it's not English, It's
not the English we know.
A ball moved by enemy action may be replaced, or if lost or destroyed, a ball may be dropped not near the hole without penalty.
Dude, I feel like they didn't use like
an
or a.
It may be dropped not nearer the hole without penalty.
I think what they're saying is if you swing and a bomb explodes and your ball goes flying in like the wrong direction, you can then replace it.
I feel like though they shouldn't even have rules for this, because like if a bomb's dropping near enough to where it's gonna shake the ground, you shouldn't be golfing. Like, go get cover.
Like you were saying, they were just tougher than us.
I mean, honestly, like if you're gonna be anywhere during a bombing or like a war, a golf course isn't a horrible place to be, because why would they bomb a golf course when they could bomb like a city?
Well, Oh,
like, why would they just pick a few guys that are just like swinging?
Clearly, they are because they're marking these bomb spots. But
I guess that's true.
What I thought what you meant was like, if you're taking cover, a golf course is a good place to be. But I feel like
it's pretty wide open.
There, you could be in a bunker, you could be in a basement, you could be in like a shelter or a home or anywhere. Would probably be better than that. But you are right; they're probably not going to target a golf course. Hide in plain sight.
Yeah. Because, I don't know. I feel like when you bomb, you're not going to bomb a golf course. Like, why would you do that?
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe the Germans don't respect golf. Okay. Next rule. A ball lying in a crater may be lifted and dropped not nearer the hole, preserving the line to the hole without penalty. Okay, not nearer the hole. That just means, like, you can't move it closer, but, like, you can move it out of the way.
Okay.
I understand the not nearer part now.
Yes.
That did make sense, but... So, okay, if there's just a crater in the middle of your course, like from a previous bomb that had been dropped, if you for whatever reason land in there, then you can take it out.
Yeah,
that's fair.
It's like a sand trap.
I just like, what's this golf course looking like? I feel like you should. I don't know. I would say play where it lies. I feel like all these rules shouldn't apply. Golf's more fun when there's more obstacles and like shit in your way.
Yeah, but you're also someone who prefers Madden when you do random teams rather than like picking a team.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't think the average golf player wants to. I think you're more adventurous.
Well, it's also because I don't care about the purity of golf. I think the purity of golf is stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like the bad boy of golf, kind of.
Yeah. I really hope that by the time we're like 60, you can go to golf courses in sweatpants.
You should be.
I know.
It's so I mean, you can in a lot of like public courses you can, but private courses, like, oh my God.
Also, I just feel like, why is it so private? Like it's so
just rich
like,
people.
I know, but I know there's public courses, but I just feel, obviously I don't really even like golf that much, but I just feel like it seems so kind of like gatekeeper-esque,
exclusive,
where like it just feels like golf isn't very accessible.
No, it's not.
Not only in terms of playing it, but just in terms of like liking golf. I don't even know like where to start, or I feel like it's so like you already have to know someone or be a part of a community. I feel like
I mean it's I think it's one of those things that, well, one, it's an expensive sport because clubs are expensive, courses are expensive, all that shit to close or whatever. I don't know, but I mean, like, even Tiger Woods, he wasn't allowed to play at some courses when he was little because they didn't allow black people to play.
Dude,
like, even like Tiger Woods,
crazy.
He's like the GOAT.
Yeah.
Couldn't play at courses. Yeah. Also, like, the Masters was built on a plantation, that course they play on. There's a lot of racism that goes back with golf.
Yeah. What do you think if Chris didn't play golf, our buddy Chris, do you think you'd play?
I probably wouldn't have started because I don't think I would have wanted to do it by myself. I mean, I really only play like socially. I wouldn't go play by myself.
Yeah. I know. I wonder, like, if you wanted to learn golf, but if we didn't have any friends that played golf, how do you even learn unless you already know someone who's like a family friend or a friend that's kind of good?
You could get lessons, I guess.
Yeah, but
or just start going to a range.
Dude,
I don't know.
If I went like blind, if I never didn't talk to you guys or anyone about golf and I just went to a range by myself, it would be a disaster.
You should do it. That's what we should do for my birthday, is go to a range.
Dude, I'd be down. But are they open?
We could find one.
Dude, that'd actually be kind of fun.
I'd be down for that. Yeah, but I still remember my first time at the range. Like, I didn't know anything about golf. I was gripping it like a baseball bat. I didn't know you're supposed to interlock your fingers.
Yeah.
Shit like that. I thought he was messing with me when he told me about the interlocking
When they
fingers.
told me that, I thought you guys were joking.
Yeah,
I'm
I was like,
why?
All right, dude. Yeah, I'm just going to interlock my fingers. Why would I do that? Apparently it makes a difference. I don't know.
Yeah. What are some of the other rules here?
Last rule, this one's kind of, it gets cut off, but it starts with a player whose stroke is affected by a simultaneous explosion of a bomb may play, and then it gets cut off. So I'm assuming if a bomb gets dropped in your backswing, it's like, it's all right.
Okay.
You can redo it.
Dude, I'm so grateful that I didn't grow up
in
any other time period except
me too.
Now, but I bet if I was born in like 2200, I'd probably be saying the same thing, that I'm grateful I wasn't born in 1998.
Yeah. I don't know, cuz I wonder what like our kids are going to think of our generation, because maybe we'll make it sound like it was a lot harder than it was. Because like to me growing up, when I would hear my parents say like, "Oh, I walked to school, I did all the my childhood was so rough," and like you didn't know what it was. You're so lucky now. I would always be like, "That's cap. You're bullshitting me."
You didn't believe them?
I don't know. I guess I kind of did, but as I grew up a little bit, I was like, it's not like super. It's kind of different, but it's actually kind of similar.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering if I'm going to be like, oh, dude, when I was a kid, son, you have no idea. I had to walk to school in the rain.
When I was a kid, we would go camping and we couldn't use our phones.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I mean, but there also probably is a sweet spot where, because eventually our weather is going to just suck. Like climate change is going to take over or some shit. Maybe there's another future war, but I feel like we're kind of in like a little sweet zone of like, there's not a lot of, there's no
sweet spot, dude. We're in chaos right now.
We are in chaos, but we've always been in chaos though.
That is true.
Like when has it not been chaotic on Earth ever?
Yeah.
So
that's a good point. I know, and it's weird to think that like each generation, like our parents had a few different defining points in their life.
Mm-hmm.
And for my parents, and I think a lot of people's parents, it was like 9/11 was a huge turning point where the world, everything changed. But I'm trying to think like, I don't know, like I'm trying to think when my parents were younger, like when John F. Kennedy was assassinated, like that, a lot of things changed in the
Watergate.
Yeah. And like for us, COVID is the thing.
Also
like,
gay marriage being legalized federally. Or was it federally legal? I remember when it was legal. We were like one of the first states to be legalized.
Yeah.
And marijuana too.
Yeah. But like those three things, COVID, but like we're literally going to be the generation of COVID where like kids are going to be, when we have kids, they're going to be like, yeah, man, there was a time when for 2 years.
That's true. I can always use this.
We didn't even go outside.
Yeah, I had to wear a mask everywhere. Son, you have no idea how hard that was for me. It wasn't that hard.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
But now he's going to hear that. Yeah. Son, it was so hard.
Oh, son, it was hard. I was hard.
I'm curious about like my kids.
I think it's so cool that our kids are going to get to watch all this shit.
Yeah.
Because
well, step one, I got to meet a woman.
Well, yeah.
And then have a kid.
Yeah. Maybe you're not fertile.
That would suck. I mean, how am I going to know? So far, I'm like, you know.
Yeah.
Batting 1,000. Or
dude.
Batting 0.
Okay. You know Hank Green? Is that his name?
I have
Hank Green? Come on.
Hank Green?
In high school, they would show, or in middle school, they'd show science videos, and there was this guy.
Bill Nye.
No, but it was
Reading
like.
Rainbow.
No, it was like Bill Nye, but it was newer. Like Bill Nye was the old version. Then there was this guy named Hank Green. Is that not his fucking name?
What class were you watching that in?
Bro, what? You don't remember Hank Green?
Hank Green?
Hold on.
I've literally never heard that word.
It was like, hi. Whoa. Hi. Hi, I'm Hank Green.
Nah.
I don't think he says that at all.
Was it the dude on the back on the chalkboard in like the school in Hawaii?
What?
Never mind.
I don't know.
It's a different video I watched.
Yeah, Hank Green.
Can you show me a picture of him?
Well, I don't. I just have a screenshot. Anyways, I'll show you a picture in a sec.
Okay.
But Hank Green's big on TikTok, and like from my understanding, I think the kids in middle school and high school now, I think they use a lot of his material as like these videos. And he's just this cool guy, and he likes learning things. And anyways, he made this TikTok about like, he said, what's something that is just accepted, but is just, when you really think about it, is absolutely absurd and unacceptable. And he said, he was basically saying the fact that we can literally just create a human being without even trying, really. And how like it's almost, someone commented and said, it's more difficult to make croissants than it is to create sentient life. Like literally, you could just, he was saying, if you go up to a woman, hypothetically, she's not going to say yes. But if you went up to her and said, hey, do you want to make a human? And she said, yeah. You guys could make a human in like 4 minutes.
It depends on the guy.
Without trying at all, really.
I mean, you got to try. I feel like it's a little harder to make a human than to like make a croissant. Like I'm putting more effort into like making the human probably than like heating up my croissant.
Really? Are you though?
Like, is it harder to have sex or like put a croissant in an oven?
Well, no, she meant make croissants like from scratch.
Oh, okay, you're right. That would be harder. I was thinking just like a pre-made croissant, like tossed it. I'm like, that's not that hard.
But let's say cooking a a nice dinner, I would say, is more difficult than creating a human.
Definitely. It's way more time consuming.
And isn't that just fucking crazy that, like, we literally have the power and the freedom. Like, it's totally legal, totally cool to just go, even if you have no, like, even if you have nothing to support this child with, if you're, like, broke or whatever, you can still just go make a human if you feel like it. And
it's like, that's good, but that's also so bad. And that's why our world is, like, overpopulated, is because I would love to know a stat of how many babies were made on purpose versus accidents, because, like, I bet it's overwhelmingly accidents.
Overwhelmingly? I think
it's more. I do think it's more accidents. It could be parents that are like.
Wait, you think more humans are made on accident than on purpose?
I think so, because I feel like most parents, or at least most people that I know, have at least one sibling where it's like, yeah, they were an accident, but like
really?
They had them because like they already had kids and or they wanted kids eventually.
Were you an accident?
Not to my knowledge. I was told I was made on purpose, but
everyone was told that though.
Exactly. I mean, I'm trying to think. I do know someone who was an accident. But,
do I know them or no?
Yeah.
Wow, I want to know who this accident was.
I can tell you later. I know a couple accidents. I can think of like 3 off the top of my head.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Damn, I don't know any accidents, I don't think.
You might have been actually, no, you were super made on purpose.
I was like created like step by step.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know, but isn't that that's just such a crazy thing. Like I saw that TikTok and I was like, damn, that really is wild that we are just walking around doing these things, and yet biology has somehow made it just so incredibly convenient for us to procreate, because it's like
they make it fun.
They make it fun, easy,
feels good,
feel absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and there's like even like an emotional connection too. It's like you're getting good stuff inside and out.
Dude, it really is magic. Like I know
it is.
Magic isn't real. I can't just like
it is.
cast a spell on you.
Harry Potter can.
But biology in itself is a type of magic in my eyes.
Yeah, because I mean, you can explain it like step by step and like why these things happen, but like really the fact that it even happens and all these things work together is just like that's magic.
Yeah, you can explain why things happen, but you can't really explain why they happen.
That,
you know?
I think we've all been pondering the why forever, and we'll never have an answer.
You think we'll never figure it out?
You think one day someone's gonna be like photo evidence of God?
I hope. I think
it's
that'd
him
be
like
dope.
walking down the street.
I don't know.
I mean, if he could like transform into a human being, probably has at some point.
Yeah, I don't know what God is,
or if God is God. Maybe God's got a God. I don't know, dude. It's so confusing. Religion is such a trip.
The nature of existing is so weird. Okay. I got something for you.
Okay.
That's another kind of
another blowing of the mind.
Kind of, but this one's like way dumber.
All right, blow me.
So, I've said in the past, it's no secret, I occasionally will smoke some marijuana.
Whoa.
Okay.
Big drug guy.
Big drug addict here, apparently. No, just here and there, you know. I've
there, everywhere.
I found to appreciate it sometimes, and
Good for you.
Anyways, this was a high thought.
Oh, good. Those are good.
I had to preface that because, well, you probably would have got that by what I'm about to tell you anyways. Okay. But a few things. First one is, we're the next Guy Fieri.
Okay. Like us two, or
us,
just like
yeah.
Why is that? Like,
so
okay.
That's a good question. I'm glad you asked.
You're welcome.
So I was listening to our episodes, like some of our older episodes, just kind of like I don't know, I was trying to find like different clips and like good moments to talk about when we make a new Spotify ad, and also for like my personal TikToks. I was trying to think of topics we've talked about that I could maybe put a spin on and do for my personal TikTok. And
this was all while you were high?
Yeah. I was high and I was stretching and I was listening to Pims.
Dude, high stretching is pretty nice.
Anyways, so it said, or I wrote, Pims is like the new version of like the category of superstars, all right? So like, no, hear me out.
I'm hearing you.
So like podcasters and like internet people like Cody Ko, fucking Joe Santagato. I don't even like the term influencers. because I think that's stupid, but I like content creators, people who actively put stuff out, to me are like the new, what Guy Fieri was in like the early 2000s. Because hear me out. There's categories, right? So when you think of like famous people, there's like actors, athletes. I have a whole list of what I thought. So there's like authors, random show hosts, actors, athletes, musicians, whatever. But like in terms of random show hosts, there was like Alex Trebek, fucking Guy Fieri,
Bob Barker,
Bill Nye, people like that.
Ryan Seacrest.
I feel like that's what we are now. That we filled that void, because the traditional TV format of those like hosts with a personality that people cared about, those aren't really a thing anymore. And it's now people who host shows of their own that have these personalities. And I was like, dude, Guy Fieri's like, he's still popping. Yeah. But he's not
popping like
he was. And that's because Tiny Meat Gang and the Misfits and like groups of people that are like these collaborative groups making content. And I was like, oh my God, we're kind of the next Guy Fieri.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely how you made a connection from Guy Fieri to us is cool.
Did that make sense to you though?
Like, I get it. I understand what you're saying. It's just, I think I probably had to be in that same headspace to like fully understand. Right now, it's just, it's like, that's a high idea.
Yeah. I just think it was cool to me because I was like, I don't know. It's like, where does this type of content fit in? Like, where do we fit? And I think, because when you watch a show like Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, was that his show?
Diners, Dives, and Dives.
Is that what it was called? You watch that partly for the food, but a large part of the appeal is Guy Fieri and his fucking bleached blonde hair and his
saying like Flavor Town, like cool shit, you know?
Yeah, that's like a large part of the appeal. And when you think of those type of shows, you in your brain, you associate them with Guy Fieri as a person, not the show itself.
True. Like, I don't remember a single item of food I ever saw from that. I just remember Guy Fieri.
That's what I'm saying. It's kind of cool.
Interesting.
It's all based on the personality. Okay, then also, so that was my first thing, and I was like, that's kind of dope. But then I realized that like when I'm high, that's the only time I can listen to our podcast, and I can truly feel like it's someone else's show. Like when I'm sober, right?
Because you can't remember it.
No, it's not even that. It's just like when I'm sober, I lived it, and then one of us edited it.
Yeah.
And so it's like feels very familiar. It's like, oh, that's me. I remember saying that. And it's like I almost don't even like if we have an idea or a thought and we say it when we're sober on the episode, when I listen to it later, it doesn't really hit me as like a profound thing or like a cool idea, because it's like it was my thought. Like I've already heard that or already said that.
Okay.
But if I'm high, I can literally listen to it, and I take in the episode as if it's someone else's show that I'd never heard of before. And I like so many things like it hit me in a different way. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
do you have like a particular thing that hit you in a different way?
I mean, I was listening to the episode that Luke, there was this episode, I think it was episode 212, and we were talking about, I don't know, we got pretty philosophical about careers and pursuing your dreams and all that shit. And we made a couple good points, but I thought about them in a totally different way about like pursuing your dreams and stuff when I was high, because I was listening as if it was someone else. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And that also could be the thing of like you forget or you think of more things after you say something.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'll be listening back and I'll see a clip and I'll be like, dang, I really wish I had said this, because now I'm thinking about that. That would have been good to add, but I didn't because I was on the spot and I was saying it.
Yeah.
Another thing is when I was watching through old footage of behind the scenes, there's one part where you left and I was just like talking to the camera. I was giving some life advice and it was me just rambling about literally nothing. Like I was just being like, so it's really important. You have to remember that under no circumstances ever should you, and I just rambled on and on. And I was listening to that, and in my head, I was like redoing it, but I was like saying almost the exact same thing.
Whoa.
And like I don't remember what I had said.
Yeah, order you said the words in.
But it was weird seeing how my thought process worked seeing it, and it was the exact same, and like outside of it, it was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like in my head, I'd be like, what would I have said next? And I was like, I would say like maybe, and then I said maybe, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I've always thought about if you know how sometimes if someone has like a traumatic brain injury or like something going on with their brain, and then you hear stories of like, oh, he was never the same. He was always different after that. Like he was never the same John.
Mm-hmm.
I've always thought maybe what that is like is imagine if like you went into a coma or something, then you come out and you listen to like a video of you talking from like a week ago, but you listen to it and you're just like, I wouldn't say that. Like maybe that's what it's like, because when you hear a video of you talking, even if you say something fucking stupid, you know, like, yes, one, that is me, and two, that is something that I would say
because it happened in my brain.
It happened and I said it.
Yeah.
But maybe what that experience is like is hearing yourself and realizing that's not something I would have said. And so maybe that's like the disconnect where you like something in your brain changes to where the way that your like thoughts work and the order that like you say things change, you know?
Imagine waking up from a coma and just like not remembering anything. Maybe you can realize like I'm Kyle, but I don't have any of my personality anymore. I don't remember anything from my past. And if you were to show me like the podcast, I wonder what I would think of myself, and I wonder what I would be like if I just got in a coma, woke up, and I started over. Like, what would my personality be like? Would I probably wouldn't be the same, because I don't think this is like innately who I am. It's part of who I am is how I grew up and who I grew up around and like what I did.
Yeah, I think a large part of who you are and like how you act is based on the people that were around you and like the influences you had. So imagine if you just came out of a coma and you had nothing. Like your personality was a blank slate, but your foundation of trying to become Kyle again was you had all of our Pims episodes to watch.
That would be a horrifying place to start.
Imagine how different you would be if you tried to build your personality based on the Pims episodes.
I think I'd be a lot different.
I think you'd be like way dumber.
I'll be super dumb, and I think I would be taking everything at very face value and not thinking very hard about things. Yeah, though. I mean, like, what would that be like? Dude. If you just woke up and it's just you don't remember anything?
Or what if you just woke up and you truly felt like you know, you can't put your finger on what it is, but you don't feel like the same person one day.
Yeah.
You just wake up and I'm like, I don't think I'm John. I think I'm someone else now.
Yeah, well, there's things that can like change your brain chemistry, like if you do like really hardcore drugs or something, or like a brain injury or whatever. Like even like traumatic things that can happen can like spike. What am I trying to say? Okay, basically what I'm trying to say is I know of somebody, or I've heard of a story about somebody who when they had like a normal life, whatever, and then out of nowhere, like their boyfriend broke up with them. And then once that happened, then they became a schizophrenic because of like that trauma. Yeah, like a psychotic breakdown, or like that trauma unveils something horrible that had like been there but never really like was shown.
Yeah.
So that would suck.
Yeah.
Like imagine just having that happen out of nowhere and all of a sudden I'm just like schizophrenic, or like I don't know. There's seeing things.
I've heard on podcasts that, so you know how some people say like, oh, you know, weed's just not my thing, or it's not for me, or whatever. I've actually heard that there's some people that quite literally, if they smoke too or ingest too much THC, they literally like actually like lose it. Something in their brain just can't handle past a certain amount, and they actually, like you said, can become schizophrenic.
Yeah.
They never in their whole life would have been schizophrenic, but when you reach a certain level and your brain just can't handle it, like things
like your whole chemistry just switches.
Yeah, everything gets fucked up, and they literally like some people can literally go have some crazy psychotic break, and then they're kind of fucked
just because they smoked weed like one time.
Yeah.
Or like got way too high once.
Did way too much. That's what's so scary.
That is scary. And I don't know if there's really a way you can know that that's gonna happen to you without doing some sort of brain scan before, like, hey, I'm thinking of smoking weed. I just want to make sure it's not gonna like fuck me up or something. They'd probably be like, dude,
I think
you need weed.
The pro tip is just don't do a lot.
Yeah,
don't do it.
Or if you don't feel comfortable with it, just don't do it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a huge thing, guys. I don't know. Like, there's done episodes where Kyle and I have been drunk on it, and it's fun, it's cool, it's a joke, it's whatever. And we've talked about weed a few times in some stories, but a big thing is, like, I don't know. You hear it all the time, but just do what you're comfortable with and what you want, and don't, like, start drinking or smoking just because.
Exactly. Just because your friends are doing it doesn't mean you need to try it.
And I think if you don't have, like, a reason, like, I don't know. For me, I just feel like if I'm anything in my life, if I'm doing something for no reason, I'm doing it just to do it, that's when things get really weird. Like, I've noticed even with food, there's a lot of times where if I'm, like, sad, for me, if I get sad, I eat more and I eat a bunch of shit.
That's interesting.
I'm like, I'm not hungry at all. So it's like, what the fuck am I doing?
Just filling those voids, filling that empty heart.
Yeah, and it's like terrible, and I don't know. So just, if you're gonna do something, like, have a reason you're doing it. You know?
Agreed. But I want to get back to what you said though about the eating. Like, if you're really, really sad, like, let's say you just had your heart broken, do you eat more?
Oh yeah,
dude, I can't eat. Like, if I'm really, really sad, I have zero appetite.
Well, okay, yeah.
Like, when I was super depressed, I lost a ton of weight because I wasn't eating. Like, there were days where I just didn't eat.
Yeah, no, I think, well, it kind of depends. Like, if it's day of, if I just had a moment and it, like, fucked me up day of, I won't eat at all, and I'll like immediately go to bed.
And then you wake up feeling shitty.
Yeah, but then if it's been like a week and I'm sad, that's like it. I don't stay that way. Then I revert to the opposite and just shove my face full of sugar.
Yeah, because there's like different types of sad. There's like a gut wrenching sad that, like, you feel sick to your stomach and it hurts your heart, and I feel like I have, like, a tension here.
Yeah,
that's when I can't eat. If I'm just sad about, like, I had just lost a bunch of Warzone games and I'm, like, kind of bummed, or, like, I get off and I'm like, man, I'm a piece of shit, then maybe I'd be more inclined to eat some food.
Yeah.
But if I'm just, like, real sad, like,
wait, does getting off Warzone make you feel like a piece of shit?
I mean, if I had been doing it all day, like, if I was on Warzone all day, I don't know.
That's what's interesting is, you know how, like, we were talking about, for me, like, I couldn't watch sports all day because I'd feel bad about myself.
I don't.
But, like, I feel like you and I are flipped. Like, I could play video games all day on a day off and not feel bad.
I mean,
I could play from when I get up to when I go to bed on a Saturday if I know that I have nothing important to do, and I would feel good.
Okay, that's what I mean. Is, like, if I have nothing to do, I'm fine with it.
Okay.
But if I have stuff to do and it's like, I'll be like, oh, one more game, and then one more game turns into 3, and then soon enough I'm like, I've just wasted my day.
Yeah.
That's when I'll be sad, and then I'll eat.
Yeah.
And then I'll spend more time doing things that I shouldn't be doing, like eating.
Yeah. Guys, pro tip, if you ever have anything you have to do and it would take less than 5 minutes,
do it.
Just do it right away.
Facts. What's an example of something that you did right away?
I made my bed this morning.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, I slept on a bed with no sheets last night because I didn't want to put them on at night because I was too tired. But I got up, made my bed. I always dread making my bed because it's just, I don't know, I don't like it. But it takes like 4 minutes.
How well do you make? Well, okay, so you must make it pretty well if it takes 4 minutes. Like, how do you make your bed?
What do you mean? How long does yours take?
I mean, like, define making your bed, because, like, for me, making my bed is just pulling my covers so they're not, like, wide open.
What, do you not have sheets?
Yeah, I got sheets.
So when you wash your sheets, you have to put them back on the bed.
Oh, I'm talking about, like, no, I'm talking about making my bed in the morning.
Oh, I meant make my bed in, like, put my sheets back on, put the bottom sheet, put the second sheet,
okay,
put the pillowcases on.
Wait. So you, hang on. So you slept without these things on your bed the night before, but then you just did it in the morning?
Yeah.
That's defeating what you just said, because if you had 5 minutes to do it, you would have just done it last night.
No, but I was tired last night. It was like 11 o'clock. I'm not going
to. Yeah, but you just said if you have something you could do
not
it.
At 11 o'clock, though.
Oh, so when should I do it?
Anytime before 11.
Okay, so once it's past 11 o'clock, then
you can put off stuff.
Okay, good.
Until the next day.
Okay. What if it was like 10:57 and it was going to take 4 minutes?
That one, it's your call.
Yeah,
You know,
I probably
you gotta
would
go with your gut.
Honestly, I would do it. Like, that's one of those things. I can't sleep with just blankets all over the place. Like, I need to have my bed made.
Oh, dude, I've gone there's been times where I have put off making my bed for a week, and I've slept with just a comforter and like the mattress for a week.
I could do it in the summer, but like in the winter, I can't.
Yeah. Okay, here I got one more thing. So the other day, you put on your story that, you know, when it's sunny out, you feel a lot better.
Correct.
And dude, I told my mom the other day, this year has been the first time in my life where I've really, like, we've mentioned it in the last 2 years we've done this show. I've mentioned, take your vitamin D. And when it's sunny, I feel way better.
Yeah.
But this year in particular, it's like infinitely different.
It's unbelievable how much of a difference it makes.
Dude, when it's been sunny the last 2 or 3 days, and I have truly felt like a whole different person.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. And I told my mom the other day, I'm like, this has made me realize I don't know if I want to live in Seattle forever.
Me too.
It sucks because I do love it. And this will always be home. But there's part of me that's like, dude, being in Arizona right now.
That would be sick.
Being in Arizona from like, well, I guess all year round Arizona's dope. But think about
summer. It's like,
yeah, it's really hot. But, you know, you get used to it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But, dude, the amount of depression when you wake up and it's not light until noon and it's dark at 4 again. So you have 4 to 5 hours of remote daylight.
And it's raining the whole time.
And it's torrential downpour. Everywhere you go, you just hear when you're driving, you hear.
Yeah, and you're just getting all your windshield wipers are always on.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Every time you get in your car, it's cold as shit, too.
Yeah.
That sucks. Yeah, no, I mean, like, I love Washington, but I think I just only like the summer.
Yeah. Dude, it's
in
really...
in the spring, like, a little.
Yeah. I know it's made me kind of sad the last couple of days because I've realized I would rather be living somewhere else right now, which is kind of crazy because I'd never said that up until even when I was living in Texas and California, I was still like, you know, all my friends are in Washington. My family's there. Washington's dope. But now I'm kind of like, I could visit Washington. Like, I don't know. There's part of me.
I know. I go back and forth on it because, like, if I were to move away, what if I would just completely miss Washington? That's like, that would suck if we just move and you're like, well, shit, I want to move back. I don't know. Fuck.
Yeah, my sister did that twice in a row.
See, that's what I don't want to do. That sounds awful.
She moved to California, moved back, moved to California again, moved back again. So
yeah, that sounds like so much wasted energy moving shit.
Yeah. And we have this dope studio here, which kind of sucks because
it's you
know. And I've realized wherever one of us our whole career, if we want this to be our career, it relies on us always being together.
Unless, I mean, you could do Zoom stuff.
Yeah, but it's just not the same.
It isn't. No.
It kind of sucks.
Yeah, we're kind of like attached at the hip at this point.
Yeah. It's cool. It's also scary, though.
Yeah.
Because, like...
What if I just turned psycho?
Well, yeah. No, I've thought about, like... It would suck if Kyle came to me one day and was like, hey, man, this really sucks, but I met the girl of my dream, and she lives in Dubai.
We're moving.
And we're moving to Dubai. She's got a $100 million house in Dubai. And
I'd respect it if you did that. I'd be like, okay, I hear you.
I know, but it's like who am I to say? If it's true love, it's true love.
True.
Nothing can come in the way of true love.
Except you and this podcast.
Pims. No, I don't know. I've thought about that. That would suck.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know anyone from Dubai.
Yeah.
But, if you're out there, anyone with $100 million that's like perfect for me, let me know.
Yeah. By the way, if anyone knows, like, this is, I'm not joking. I'm being serious. This is a real proposal. If anyone listening knows of anyone that needs video editing work done and it's a real job, let me know because I'm desperately trying to find work now. Been unemployed for the last couple months by choice, but the last month has not been by choice. I've been trying to find a job again and I can't.
It's kind of not lit, dude.
So Yeah. If you're listening and you're like, oh, my dad has a company and they need a video editor, slide in my DMs because I need a job.
Slide in.
All right. Should we hop into the segments?
Knocked my phone on the ground. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Today we have A&F of the week, and this is the battle bracket.
Let's go.
Kyle, who's your A this week?
All right, my A this week is Seth Rogen because he just opened up his own weed company.
Hey,
so
what's it called?
Oh, fuck, I probably should have come prepared with that. But I know what they are making is they're making a bunch of probably like weed, but also they're doing a bunch of ceramic stuff.
You're right, they probably are making a lot of weed.
Probably weed. No, they're making like cool ceramics and stuff, like ashtrays and stuff. I just know that Seth Rogen is just like a weed god, so people are just super pumped about this.
Yeah. Oh, is that what he tweeted?
Yeah, his announcement.
I've been making something for 10 years.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
I just think it's cool that the people are doing that instead of like every celebrity just being like, "Hey, I'm gonna just make this alcohol now." Like, here's my new alcohol, Seth Rogen vodka. Like so many people do that shit. It's like, it's kind of oversaturated. And I feel like
he didn't start a podcast.
That's true. If he had a pod, that would have been annoying. So that's my A.
Oh, it's called Houseplant.
Houseplant. I knew that. I didn't.
Oh, it's him and Evan Goldberg, who was his friend who made Superbad with him.
So there you go. It's probably gonna be funny weed,
dude. I don't really get creating your own marijuana. Also, I've learned you're not supposed to call it weed, and you're not supposed to call it marijuana. You're supposed to call it
pot.
No, what's the scientific term?
THC.
No, yeah, but the other one, fucking god damn it, dude, come on.
Cannabis.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to call it either THC or cannabis.
I mean, it's weed.
Anyways, I just don't really understand that because it's like it's a plant. So how are you making your own plant?
Well, there's different strains.
No, I get that, but
it's like the pepper dude, the dude that makes the different types of peppers.
Yeah, but how do you make it different? How do you make it your own?
Yeah, I don't know. You create a different strain. You can do that with just like biologically. Like plant people know how to do it. They just cross-pollinate in different ways.
So I could create like my own brand of apple.
I mean, like you probably. Well, I don't know.
Because there's different types of apples, but you never hear, oh, Seth Rogen dropped his own new apple strain.
Yeah.
So I don't get how you can do that with plants.
I don't know. I feel like apples have kind of just been maximized at this point. I don't know. I feel like any new apple seems kind of fake to me.
But that kind of feels like this because there's a lot of different types of weed. So
that is true.
How is there that many different types of weed? They're probably the same.
Well, the fuck would I know? I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm just saying Seth Rogen, he seems like a guy that it would do well with his own cannabis company.
Yes.
So A for him.
All right. My A this week. Well, this is kind of lame, but it was Kyle because it's Kyle's birthday. But I kind of forgot I sang you happy birthday at the beginning.
Yeah.
No, but my A is Kyle because I don't know.
Have I had a good week? I don't know.
He's alive. He's here.
That is a great A.
I was gonna see when I wrote that. I was gonna sing happy birthday and give you a gift and all that jazz.
Yeah.
And then here we are.
But then you did it at the start.
Yeah.
So
did you do anything good this week?
You
got second place in a Rocket League tournament.
Yeah, I was super bummed.
Yeah, but
it sucked.
Is that the best you've ever placed?
Yes.
So you're improving.
Yeah, but not enough. It's annoying. I just wanted to get a win. Ugh.
Yeah. You know, guys, it's really sad because there's this. With every video game, there's a turning point. And with Fortnite, there was a turning point when I didn't play it anymore and Kyle and Luke still enjoyed it. And I think Warzone is getting to a point where I still love it, but I think Shim and Kyle and Willig and Luke don't really love it anymore. And there's pretty soon they're going to be full Rocket League guys and I'm going to be stuck playing Warzone.
I still play Warzone. I like Warzone.
But you don't like it. Do you like it as much?
I don't like it as much, but I also have other games. I don't like to just play one game, you know?
You played only Fortnite for 2 fucking years.
I know, and that ruined Fortnite for me. So I don't want to ruin Warzone, you know? I can't spread myself too thick. Yeah, I realized that argument wouldn't have made sense because if I was playing multiple games, I'm spreading myself too thin, so
too thick.
I fucked that up. Anyways, we play Madden, I play Rocket League, and I play Warzone.
No, I know. I'm just saying I think for a lot of people, not just you guys, I think slowly, sadly, I think Warzone is done the downfall.
I think so.
And it makes me depressed.
Yeah.
Because it's going to get to a point.
It's one of those games, though, that's like, I played so much, and I'm just not that good still. And it's like, I don't get it. Maybe video games just aren't my thing. No. But, like, how do I play so much video games, and I still suck so much at every game I play?
Do you want my honest opinion?
Yes.
I think I have an answer.
Okay.
To why you don't improve as much as you would hope.
Give it to me.
I think when I look at this from up above, what I see is the same with any sport. I think, like, all right, if someone's fundamentals in basketball aren't the best,
okay.
If they don't train the fundamentals and they just go play a ton of high school games,
it's like if you were just gonna go out and start playing golf. You don't know the fundamentals.
Yeah, and if I just went and played 18 holes of golf, every weekend. And I never practice like how to fix my swing or how to do this. I don't think you get better. And I think this might be a little too critical.
That's fine.
But I think there's certain like gameplay mechanics that you or Luke or people have that if you want to get better. But I think there's certain things that like just by playing Warzone, you can't get better. Like you have to like
how can I get better?
Well, there's certain things that I've just noticed, like certain things where you guys will like you sprint a lot. And sprinting is good, but in COD,
it's loud.
Well, it's loud, but what happens is I don't think you guys take into account when you're sprinting, the sprint to shoot speed, that has to be quick. And if you're sprinting and then you stop to shoot someone, there's a delay.
Yeah. See, those are the little things I think nothing about.
So there's times when like sprinting is really bad because you sprint around a corner, you see a guy, and then he shoots you before you shoot him. And that's how you guys die a lot. I just don't say it because I feel like you guys don't care.
Yeah. That's interesting, though. I've never thought about that.
Yes.
Maybe I'll try not sprinting ever.
So that's why there's like certain attachments that fix certain things. Or there's just certain things that since I've watched a lot of like pro players. Yeah. Like you also don't watch pro players play.
No, I don't. Yeah.
So like I watch like some of the pro streams or like pro Warzone. I mean, you watch Korean Savage, but he's not really a pro. I
also don't take a lot of strategy and stuff from them because I know like if I'm going to be pushing people and getting bounties the whole time, I'm dying so quick.
But that's the thing is if you implemented some other things, you might be able to push people better.
That's true.
I don't know. There's just like, that's what I've noticed is the thing is when we hop on to play Warzone with the boys, you guys aren't going to want to say, hey, let's go into private match and I'm going to
run
work
some
on
drills.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care enough.
But even with Rocket League, Willick has said the same thing, where if you guys go into private match in Rocket League, you can improve way more than if you go into a game of Rocket League.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. I mean, yeah, I guess what it is I don't want to put the practice work in. I just want to play the games.
Exactly.
So,
and like
that's
fine.
That's true.
It's fine.
Maybe I shouldn't complain about not being good at games. It's just for how much I play, it really sucks that I'm still this bad. Because I have put hours into games and just I'm so bad.
Yeah. Like I wonder do you think if you played basketball as much as you play Warzone, you would be a way better basketball player now than you were a year ago?
Yeah.
But what you're saying is you feel like it hasn't translated to Warzone.
I've gotten better, but like not that much better. I don't know. And it was weird. Like there was one week where I was like super good out of nowhere. And I was averaging like 5 kills a game. At least that's good for me.
Yeah.
And then now I just can't. And I don't know what happened. I lost my mojo. It was good for a week.
What's crazy though is there's like the YouTuber people. If they don't get like 15 kills in a game, it's a bad game.
Dude, my record's 13. Holy shit.
But do you feel like you've got better at Rocket League?
Definitely.
So what I think that's why I think it might be the fundamentals, because with Rocket League you went in with nothing.
That's true.
So you could build from the ground up.
Yeah.
Whereas COD, you've been playing your whole life,
I got
just kind of fucking around.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. That is interesting. Are we on? Did you give your A?
Oh, it was your birthday. Okay. So Kyle's birthday. Good job.
That just turned into talking about me being bad at video games. All right. Okay, so my F this week, it didn't I think this actually happened like 2 years ago, but it's something that I just found out about. And I just have to share it because it's the most funny story ever. So there's a dude named DJ Cooper who's playing in the like FIBA league, which is basically like the basketball equivalent of FIFA. So it's like the international basketball leagues, I guess. Like the USA tournaments, like it's FIBA, the FIBA World Cup for like the world basketball tournaments. You know, it's like
so it's the league. Where is this?
It's
league?
like the World League, like FIFA, like the FIFA World Cup is like the soccer World Cup. You know, so basically he's a professional basketball player
for
not in the
somewhere.
NBA, somewhere. Okay, so he was taking a drug test, and so in order to pass this drug test, he's like, hey, I got to get someone else's piss because like I've been probably doing something.
Yeah.
So he gets this this girl he's friends with to give him some piss. And then the piss comes back that he's pregnant. So obviously he was suspended, and she found out she's pregnant. So that is just the most unlucky situation. I mean, that's kind of
a win-win. It's like a win for basketball.
It's like a lose. I mean, she probably didn't want to find out she was pregnant. I mean, I guess it's good to know that she's pregnant.
Yeah.
But like, it's awkward when a guy shows up as pregnant.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, hey, clearly you lied.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. There has been a male that has given birth,
but I don't think they were a biological male.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I just know I remember hearing about that a few years ago.
Yeah.
Like, dude gave birth.
I don't know the details behind that. But
so he didn't try and fight it. He didn't try and say, "Oh, I am pregnant. You don't know me."
I don't think there's much defense you can really have for that, honestly. I think it's just like, yeah, you got me.
You ever get caught doing something and you know 100% like there's no getting out of this, yet you still try to claim that you didn't do it?
Yeah. And then it comes to a point where you're like, it looks even worse if I switch back now. Now I'm just stuck with this and I have to go with this.
For the rest of your life, you'll deny it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, my F, I don't think it's as bad as that.
Okay.
There is a woman who, there was a TikTok trend going around where it said, "Show me your worst tattoo." Did you see this yesterday?
I don't think so.
There's a woman who last March, right before all of the lockdowns started happening and right when COVID was getting huge.
Yeah.
She got a tattoo and she explained the meaning of this tattoo was to be your true self and to not let anyone tell you who you are and, you know, just to be yourself and stand up for yourself and whatever.
It's a great message.
And the quote was, "Courageously and radically refuse to wear a mask."
Wow.
And the mask in that sense was like, don't let other people tell you who you are.
Or like, don't let people put a muzzle on you.
Yeah, be yourself. And it's right on her forearm. It says,
wow.
Courageously and radically refuse to wear a mask. So
The
really
radically
bad
part,
timing.
too.
And for the rest of her life, it's going to, because there's going to be jokes and memes about masks forever.
Yeah.
It's just a thing now. So,
bro, that is just the worst timing ever.
Yeah. And it's just at such a visible spot on her arm. It's like right here.
Like how far before, like, was there any sort of foresight she could have had to been like, maybe I shouldn't write mask on this? Because like people were starting to wear masks.
That's what I was thinking.
Like fairly early.
Yeah. So I don't know. It must have been right at just the worst time. Like maybe the next day is when they implemented the whole mask mandate.
Yeah.
But little did she know, even then, she probably didn't think it was a big deal because she's just like, oh, like she didn't probably realize how big of a deal masks were going to turn into.
That's true.
And all this controversy around masks.
Speaking of that, Texas is open now.
Yeah. I'm not really surprised. And
I'm not either. I don't know how I feel about it.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's the best move, but
it is a bold strategy.
I don't know.
It
like,
pay off.
I see tweets and people are like, "Oh, you're knowingly killing people and you're putting people's lives in danger." I don't know. I get the super liberal side, but also like tons of people's businesses have gone under.
At some
people
point, you
haven't
just
been
got
able to work.
Yeah, at some point you just got to open.
Yeah,
like, you can't just.
I don't know how I feel about it. I think it's not the best move, but I also don't think it's the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it works out because, I mean, like if it works out for them, maybe we could just all do that and maybe we've been good this whole time. But if it doesn't work out, like that just sets us back again. And it's like, dude. And then it's just this whole it's just so annoying. There's people that are like, oh, they're forcing you to wear masks because they're trying to control you. And then you see stats like masks don't do anything. And then you see stats where like masks do something. And I'm like, I don't know what to believe anymore.
I know. I've read a lot of articles that wearing a mask doesn't prevent the spread almost at all.
But then
I see other articles where it does.
And now they're saying like double mask it. I'm like, I'm not double bagging my face. Sorry.
I don't know. Like I get, like, I don't know. I hate that it's such a polarizing thing that you have to be on one side and like, oh, Texas, the governor's a fucking idiot. I'm like, I don't know, because like, at what cost are you trying to save people's lives? Is the whole economy going to get fucked and every single like independent business is fucked?
Yeah.
Like, Walmart can be open and Target can be open, yet some mom and pop restaurant can't be open. That doesn't make sense to me, but that's been the rules. So I don't know.
I mean,
dude, it's getting to a tipping point, and I don't know what side I'm on. I'm somewhere in the middle.
I don't know, but this whole Texas thing might figure out what side I might be hopping onto. Because, like, honestly, like, COVID aside, living in Texas right now has to be kind of sweet if you're open to not wearing a mask. Like, just being able to go back to reality sounds awesome. I wish I could do that.
Yeah.
But, like, if I was living down there right now, I don't know what I would do. I think I would probably still wear a mask.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah. Also, I think something that I'm kind of passionate about, that I just feel like a lot of people in our generation don't get, or like, I don't know, maybe they get it, they don't care, but I feel like you don't need to be on one side. It's not everything. It doesn't have to be this group versus that group. It doesn't have to be I'm a liberal and fuck all the Republicans, or like I'm whatever. Like, you can stand somewhere in the middle, and there's some things that I think have been really good, handled in a really good way, and other things that haven't been. It's like, dude, I don't know. I don't know who makes the best decisions, but I'm not just going to like blindly follow some group and like just support everything they do, even if I think it's stupid.
True. And,
yeah.
And it goes back to saying like doing your own research, but a lot of the people that are blindly following these people, like, obviously they don't know much information, and they're just going off of what other people in this group are saying, and it sounds right to them, or it sounds good to them. And it's like, we're all just a bunch of uninformed people picking sides.
Yeah.
So how is that helping anything?
Yeah. And we talked about this kind of the same type of thing during our pre-show. And if you want access to pre-shows for every single episode and a bunch of other content, go check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Pims podcast.
Yes.
But what I kind of mentioned on the pre-show that I just thought I'd mention here is, like, for me, I've grown to really dislike Twitter just more and more over the last year. And like, because I really do feel like when you get on Twitter, it's just this echo chamber of, it's very, very much like super liberal people. And so you get on, and for me, at least, you feel like I get on and I feel like I see a tweet that's going viral, and it's about, oh, the governor of Texas is a fucking idiot killing people. And if you see it has 400,000 likes and a bazillion retweets, you think, oh, that's the consensus. That's what people think. Mm-hmm. So, like, I should probably think that because that's what everyone is saying. But it's like, I think it's a lot more, it's way more complex than that.
Yeah.
And I don't think you can just read that statement and be like, yep. Like, it's way more complex, and there's a lot more going on. And I just feel like if that's, because it sucks because so many young people get their news through Twitter.
Yeah, and it's all that stuff is just face value stuff. There's no deeper weighing both sides. It's just, here is something bold about this side. You should agree with it.
Yeah.
And if you don't agree, you're terrible.
You can be a good person and still have, like, opinions on different sides of different things, and, like, take the time to really listen to someone who is on some side that maybe you don't agree with or you don't get. And then you listen to it, you're like, oh, never thought about that. That's a very good point. And also, you can still, like, do your part to, like, keep people safe. And, like, I understand that when Texas opens up everything, most people aren't gonna, like, wear a mask and whatever. So, like, to some people that's a huge issue. But, like, just because there's, like, a certain rule doesn't mean, I don't know, like, you can still stay inside and not go out if you want to. But I think the argument is, but I shouldn't have to. Like, I'm doing it to keep people safe, and then all these idiots are going out.
Yeah, and also if it is open back up, then, like, you're expected to be able to be going out and doing your regular life.
Yeah. No, I don't know. It's complicated, dude. I don't know.
I'm glad I'm not in politics, and I will never be in politics.
Yeah, but anyways, should we hop into the battle bracket?
Let's do it. This is the battle bracket. All right, you can write down your thing.
Okay. Today on This is the Battle Bracket, we have... I can't read that. What does that say?
Try to read it.
Sup after hella rain.
Sun after hella rain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of what we talked about earlier. It happened to be what I brought today, but there's been hella rain recently, and it's been very dark and depressing. And when the sun's out, finally, it's a great feeling.
And then you might get a rainbow too.
Boom, there you go.
So it's sun after hella rain versus having a doctor tell you that nothing is wrong. So like you go in, you think you have strep throat, and then he comes back and he says, you don't have strep throat, just a sore throat. You'll be fine in a couple of days.
Yeah, I actually had a doctor tell me recently, he's like, you know what? You don't even need to come in for your physical if nothing really changes with you. He's like, they say go in for this yearly physical, but like, you're a healthy young man. If you don't feel any different or you don't feel like something's wrong with you, don't need to come in. I was like, thanks, doctor.
But what about your balls? We were just talking about checking your balls. What if you don't know?
But I had a conversation with him where because he did check my balls, and he was like, it's very important. And I was like, sir, I know. And then I told him about Connor, and he's like, oh, like whatever. We talked about him for a little bit. So I think maybe he understands that I know how to check my balls.
Oh, so if you're a ball checking citizen,
yeah,
then you don't need to.
Well, I mean, it is good. Like if you notice something, basically what he says, like if you notice something different, then come back.
Yeah.
Like if I felt a lump on my balls, I'd go back.
Yeah. Now, which one of these makes you happier?
I mean, they're both. I mean, personally, they both kind of happened to me recently, so they're both great feelings.
Yeah, so they're both fresh in your memory. Which one did you like more?
Honestly, the sun, probably. The sun made me just overall happy. If it was getting good news from a doctor on a sunny day, that would be even better.
Oh, yeah. See, the doctor thing, it's more of like a sigh of relief than it is a good feeling.
Yeah.
It's more of like, thank God nothing bad happened. Whereas if you go out in the sun after a bunch of rain,
just like, yes, give me all of this.
Dude, I think there's a life force in sunshine.
Dude.
Like, I think it's more than just vitamin D.
It's something.
There's something. And we have some listeners from like Wales and different places in the UK that I don't know. But they were saying that like the UK sounds a lot like Seattle in terms of weather.
Similar vibes.
You guys know the struggle. And like dude, all of you who like live in California or fucking...
You don't even get it.
Georgia. Is Georgia nice weather?
It's warm. I don't know.
Yeah.
If you live in like Arizona or like, I mean, I was gonna say Texas, but obviously Texas had some shitty weather recently.
I was gonna say New York, but New York, it's kind of like
it also gets way
it's
colder.
Like this, but like more extreme.
Yeah, and it's more humid there too.
Yeah. I'll go with sun after hella rain. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
There you go, guys. Next week will be the last matchup of the first round of the battle bracket, and then we'll be moving on. So. If you guys ever have any questions that you want us to ask for the fan questions or ideas for this or different ideas for content, be sure to DM us at Pims Podcast on Instagram. But Kyle, where can they follow you?
Instagram, Twitter, TikTok at Kyle Stafford 36. Follow the podcast at Pims Podcast. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok.
You guys can follow me at Hey Narwhal on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. I've been posting a bunch of personal TikToks. I now got over 500 followers. It's been really weird. One of my TikToks got no traction at all for the first like week. And then like a week later, it just kind of like blew up a little bit.
Yeah, I saw that.
So anyways, go follow me over there. But we love you all so much. Thank you for the support. And we will see you guys next week. Next episode.
Okay, bye.
Bye.